Yo, what's going on, everybody? That's right. It is Tuesday night. So, you know what that means? It is another episode of Real Boxing.
Even in the tri-state area.
Even in the tri-state
Where's your intro, man? Come on now.
I'm trying to, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to bring up the clip and it ain't even coming up.
Dude.
What's going on? Oh my God, this thing was...
Dude, am I going to have to start just singing?
No, you just might have to do the impression. Real Boxing.
Hey.
Nerd training.
Oh, that's right. It's hold on. Now, what is it? The Boxing Source is proud to present Real Boxing with legendary fight trainer Ronnie Shields.
Yeah, there we go. That is what we're looking for right there. And of course, we got our live thing going on here right now. And of course, it is with my great co-host here from War a Week Boxing, brother Joseph Herring. Man, what's going on?
Woo! I tell you what, big fight week. Big fight week and big whoop. I tell you what, dude, I will say this, and I was talking to brother Double T, Thomas Triber. And look, he didn't say this, I did, because he's a professional. But I said, it's like night and day. The grand arrivals in the UK are completely different from the grand arrivals in America, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
It actually feels like an awesome fight atmosphere in the UK. Crickets. And dude, did you hear Hamza Shiraz? Did you hear he was interviewing just people on the street.
Yeah.
And in Queens, asking them if they've ever heard of Edgar Berlanga. And he says, this guy claims to be the king of New York. And he's like, I've never heard of him. How embarrassing. Is it true? And Jesus M has a question for you, Big James.
It said, saludos there, Joe, and saludos there, brother Jesus M in the building. And he asked,
saludos to you, my brother in Christ. How are you, Jesus?
It says there is the rigging shrinkage pause true for this Saturday for Berlanga's card.
I told you, James. I told you. People were falling for it.
Oh man, I couldn't believe it. Why would anyone, kind of feel like it was any possibility that it would happen? As we were talking about.
Would you like to explain why, James?
Listen, if anyone thinks that the New York State Athletic Commission would let anything like that pass, I've got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. How about that?
Yeah. Well, look, Jesus M, that's and it's good to see you again, my friend. It's been way too long. But I will say this. The commissions are very, very strict, and also fight negotiation contracts. Like fight contracts, if you've never seen one, it's about 22 to 26 pages long. And the ring size is always negotiated and stated in the contract.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. You don't mess with that. It's when it comes to prize fighting, there's very little that's up to chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the New York State Athletic Commission, they're sticklers for that. Same with Nevada, same with Texas, same with California, where all the big fights are. And they would never allow something like that. So I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to disappoint you, but yep, we look like it's more than likely going to be a 20-foot ring on Saturday night.
Yep. Be a 20-foot ring. And, you brought up a good example there with the whole thing as far as like being part of the contract, because it kind of reminds me of something, pretty notable fight in the heavyweight division. Was it 10 years ago? Has it been 10 years?
Which one?
When it came to the bout between Vladimir Klitschko and at the time the WBO mandatory challenger Tyson Luke Fury.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
And you know how wide or whatever the ring was for
That was
that.
a 22-foot ring, dude.
Yeah. And that was the thing about it. And I was like, goodness, man, it just made that fight look, oh my gosh, that was kind of a pain to watch. But now, you know, seeing that this thing here is gonna be around that, you know, kind of semi like a standard ring size here for Saturday night, that should, you know, make for pretty interesting bouts at the, you know, the main event there and the co-feature with, of course, Shakur Stevenson, William Zepeda, and you have there with Edgar Berlanga and Hamza Shiraz. But it's still a good full fight card that they got coming up. I know that we, you know, have one of our notable fighters that is involved in that fight card there in the light heavyweight division, as you're going to have David Morrell Jr. there in action there against Imam Katayev. And of course, with David Morrell Jr. there.
Look, guys, we're going to get into that in a little bit, but look, let's get back to this ring thing.
Okay.
Now, once again, Chris Mannix, consider the source, Jesus. Consider the source. This guy wouldn't know a fish hook from a left hook. I can't believe this guy calls himself a boxing journalist.
Well,
it takes just one call to either sell anyone involved with this promotion at the ring or the New York State Athletic Commission or one of the fighters. That's it. And they'll tell you, they'll be like, no. It's whatever it says in the contract. If it's a 20-foot ring, then it's going to state that in the contract. And if we show up and it's a 15-foot ring, then there's no fight. Right? Everything is negotiated beforehand, homie.
Yep. It's all, and you know, with the contracts, it's all legalese and lawyers and attorneys are all behind it. So you have to go by the contract.
I will say this. One thing that is negotiated during the week between promoters and everyone involved are not only the judges at ringside, but the referee. And I will say this, New York, their track record over the past year hasn't been too good. You've got Harvey Dock screwing the pooch. You've got Steve Willis screwing the pooch. Who are we going to use? Who's going to be in the main event? Who's going to be in the co-main event? Are we going to have to ship someone from California, Nevada, Texas?
They might. You know,
let's be honest. They've been phoning it in lately. I wouldn't want, if I were a competing fighter, I wouldn't want either Harvey Dock or Steve Willis in my fight. So what happens if you get another Jerry Curl in the eye incident?
Well, wait, didn't Jack Reese recently retire?
Unfortunately, he did. One of the best referees in boxing.
You know, so you got that, and Kenny Bayless is out of the picture too. So.
No, Chingao. No, we don't. Look, honestly, if I had my druthers, it would be what's his face from California, the muscular dude. What's his name? He's been killing it lately.
Oh,
and then also my brother from Texas, Mark Calloy. He's one of the best in boxing. Unfortunately, he had the dubious honor of officiating, being the third man of the ring for Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. And that's another thing. What's going on with memos saying that Paul is in trouble?
I don't know where that came from.
Yep.
He would make that statement.
Well, if it's Memo Heredia saying it, you know what it has to do with.
Yeah. But
did Jake Paul fail a drug test? Was there even any drug tests with Chavez Jr. and Jake Paul? I don't think so. Why? Why would there be a drug test?
I don't know.
Outside of the customary California State Athletic Commission piss test.
Yeah. I don't know.
And that doesn't pick up anything.
Oh, speaking of that, I might have to contact the California State Athletic Commission for their numbers as far as like that particular event is concerned. But that's a whole nother story there. But man, yeah, we might have to call up a few referees to see if they're going to be there in attendance for Saturday's fight, because you know that there's going to be a bunch there for Friday's fights too. But
yeah,
I
dude.
know they
So,
ain't
but
going to do
look,
double duty.
let's go to the card though, James. This is an excellent card. Let's start with the first fight. And it's an even money fight. Subriel Matias is listed as a minus 115 with the title holder, Alberto. Run like my chicken, like a chicken with their head cut off. Puello. Are you sure it isn't Pollo?
Pollo?
Alberto Pollo?
Hey, you got
he's listed as a plus 110. So that's pretty much even money.
Yep. And it pretty much called like Pollo the king of the split decisions, because that's basically what he's been having. Is
well, dude, look. You go life or death with Sandor Martin to get the title, brother. I'm surprised this is even money. Look, Subriel Matias, he lost his title at 140 to Liam Perro, who fought the perfect fight. Alberto Puello fights nothing like that. If he can't earn the respect of Subriel Matias, he gonna get his ass whooped. And I'm saying it right now. Expect Matias to knock him out in either round 7 or 8.
Wear him down and knock him out.
Dude, it's either that or he's gonna quit on his stool like most people. Dude, he can't handle that much firepower. He can't handle that much volume. Dude, Alberto Puello, dude, Subriel Matias is going to be right there in his grill from the opening bell on. And if you can't hurt him, best of luck.
You won't be able to hurt him.
Best of luck.
And they got the same, reach, and man, Puello's going to really have to, try to utilize the ring, but I don't think it's going to last for that long. Maybe about the first few rounds, but all they could do is just keep the jab in front of, Matias. But as I said, they pretty much have the same height and the same reach. So,
like I said, if you can't hurt him, best of luck.
Yep. So I think that's why, as you said, those odds are pretty much like even. I got, some of them with Caesars like having it at minus 130 for Subriel Matias, and FanDuel
that's pretty much even money, dude.
Yeah. So that makes it it's still pretty close odds, but I think that they're leaning towards Matias in his knockout ratio. 22 wins, 2 losses with 22 wins by way of knockout or something like that. So that's gonna be something there. If he gets it to 23 wins and becomes a new WBC super lightweight champion.
Put it in the bank, guys. You want to make some money? Do a group round bet for Subriel Matias between round 6 and 9. I think right now those odds are about plus 600. Put down a cool C note only. Wager a cool C note. You'll win $600.
600. Yeah, that's a good turnaround. 600. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one right there.
And that is the War a Week sexy bet of the week. Yes, sir.
Oh, we gotta see if we can get a drop for that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe with the Shawn Michaels theme or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, I tell you what, man. Let's move on though. And look, guys. This card is going to be straight fire. And yes, we're going to address the Shakur Stevenson Williams Zepeda fight in time. But guys, the second bout on the bout sheet, second matchup on the bout sheet is going to be David Morrell Jr. in his first fight back after a loss. Decision loss to David Benavidez. No shame in that. He didn't get stopped. Nope. In fact, he rocked David Benavidez a few times, just didn't do enough to win. And he's facing a much harder puncher in Kutayev from Russia by way of Australia, just like Kostyazu defected from Russia. His new home is in Australia. But look, let's just be honest. I'm going to refer to the wisdom of my mentor, Don War-A-Week-Chargan. What did he always say? Hey, don't get too high on a prospect, Joseph, until you see how well he can take a punch. Guys, boys and girls, can Katayev, can he take a punch?
Ooh, I don't
10
know.
fights with 9 knockouts. Have you ever seen it? Because I look, I'll be honest, the film that I watched, he just fought nothing but a bunch of heavy bags with feet.
I was going to say a bunch of ground hamburgers.
He fought a bunch of stiffs. But hey, we're gonna find out if he's got a chin on Saturday night. Because I'm sorry, Dave Morrell, have you guys forgotten? He's arguably outside of Beterbiev, the hardest puncher in the division. David Benavidez and his team stated after the fight, that's by far, he said, the hardest I've ever been hit.
Yeah. And if y'all seen the post-fight press conference, y'all seen how many welts and all that stuff was on the face of David Benavidez there after the fight.
But that's the thing, though, James. Did he learn from that? Now, once again, this is a young fighter's mistake. They do this a lot. If they have success early in the fight, landing one shot and hurting their opponent, what happens? They look for that one shot the rest of the fight.
That's right.
And that's what he did, and it did not serve him well.
No, it didn't. I was there live, and in the 4th round, by the end of the 4th round, you seen that, Benavidez was getting tagged there a couple times, and you had an instance there where Benavidez was cut over the eye, and I was thinking, then I'm like, we got something there, and then it just seemed like, as you said, Morrell was just looking for that one shot, and by doing that, he had Benavidez score all of those rounds in the middle rounds until about round 10 and round 11. When he was able to score the knockdown in round 11 before the whole thing with after the bell, and man, but yeah, that was just something there where I felt like Morrell really had the shot to win. It's just that, as you said, he was looking for that one big shot.
So what does he have to do to win this fight?
Oh, pretty much like just boxing style on this dude Katayev, man. I use his reach because I don't think Katayev can really utilize like the jab and be very fluent with his punches. It's certainly not like Morrell can. So I think it's going to be more of Morrell throwing and landing combinations over the course of the early rounds. And then eventually, I say he could get the stoppage win here.
Look, I'll say this. I spoke with Ronnie Shields yesterday, and he said, hey, man, I can't do the show tonight, but we'll be back on Tuesday in a victory lap. That's what he told me last night. So he feels pretty confident about this.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? He has every reason to feel confident about his fighter. His fighter is the more skilled. His fighter is the more seasoned, more experienced, even though he's much younger. Katayev is already 30 years old, deep amateur background, but has never been tested as a pro.
Never.
Right?
Never.
And he wasn't like Beterbiev. Beterbiev was already fighting guys like Tavares Cloud in his 6th fight. Former IBF champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have anyone like that on his resume. He's got a bunch of tomato cans. In fact, you see Rotel on his box rec, Chingao.
Man. Yep. And
so, it's guys, once again, there's a reason why if you look at the odds and everyone's saying, oh, it's a tough fight. Well, yeah, it's a tough fight if David Morrell forgets how to box and just stands in the pocket and decides to slug it out with him.
Yeah.
That'd be very sporting of him, but there's a reason why handicappers, on average, have this fight listed as a 5-1 betting favorite, David Morrell.
I got DraftKings at 6-1 betting favorite.
There it is. That says it all, brother. I'm not expecting. I don't know if he's going to knock him out, but he's going to whoop his ass. He's going to make it look easy, guys. This is a tough guy, but he's never been tested. In the immortal words of Teddy Atlas, he's jumping from the wading pool into the ocean.
Bang! Well, and the thing is, too, they also have David Morrell favored to win by knockout or TKO. Like everything else is plus money, but the TKO,
yeah, guys, this is going to be an outclassing, right? We're going to be reminded as to why this fight with Benavidez was 2-1 odds going into the fight. Why everyone was so excited for the Benavidez fight. Because David Morrell is a special fighter. And we're going to be reminded of that. If he learns something. Now, once again, I will say this. David Morrell Jr., his own worst enemy seems to be himself. He's still very young. And I mean that in the kindest way possible. Is he going to be partying during fight week? Well, not if Ronnie Shields has to say anything about it, has anything to say about it, but you can't always control young fighters.
Mm-hmm.
This is big fight weekend. And guys like David Morrell at times, they aren't the most disciplined during fight week.
Yeah.
So are we going to see the best version of David Morrell, or are we going to see one that looks like he's got a Sunday morning hangover?
Or hopefully it's not going to be like Mike Tyson was in 1990.
Oh, Chingao.
God.
Man, I swear. Do the accent. It's like he's saying, man, it's like I was trying to reenact Caligula.
Listen, man. I mean, I was doing all of this stuff here before the fight. I didn't even,
yeah. I think he slept with every concubine in Japan.
Every one of them before that fight. He didn't care one bit about that fight. Goodness gracious, yeah.
So look. I will say this though: Dave Morrell Jr. has his wife with him, so hopefully that's a good thing. We'll see what happens though, but it's going to be a great fight. Two tough guys, two guys who can really crack. Let's get it on.
Word. Can't wait for that one.
Oh, now it's time for the co-main event, brother.
Ooh.
It's going to be Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda.
Yeah.
You
in
got
the tri-state area.
Yeah. Yes. Sponsored by Junior's Cheesecake. No, I'm just
Hey, it's sponsored by Grace Papaya.
Dude, I tell you what, man, I love me some Grace Papaya.
Yeah.
Best hot dogs in New York.
Yep. Man, what we got here? Two undefeated fighters here. Shakur Stevenson defending the WBC lightweight title against the longtime top contender there in the lightweight division. I can see it like he's been waiting forever or something like that for his world title shot. And William Zepeda at 33-0 with 27 of those wins by way of knockout. And he is there. He's listed as a taller fighter at 5'9", with
not going to matter.
Stevenson at 5'8".
Not going to matter.
And the reach is there at 69.5 for Zepeda and 68 for Stevenson. And I don't
matter
either. I don't think so either. Like when you talk about the odds, right? And I've said this over the past couple of weeks. They've had Shakur Stevenson at around a 10-1 favorite.
Yep.
And it's been like that for like weeks and weeks and weeks.
Look, I'll be honest too, guys. They're being nice. If you're looking for a one-sided contest on this card, this is it. Zepeda has the style to make Shakur Stevenson look like a 130-pound version of Floyd Mayweather Jr. Shakur is going to whoop that ass, guys. Take it to the bank. He's not going to stop him, but he's going to punish him. Dude, I just saw an owl fly out of my tree carrying a freaking rat or a bird or something. That's pretty creepy, dude.
Well, listen now, it could be anything.
Dude, that's pretty creepy, dude.
Oh man. Shakur Stevenson, man. I was there for that Ring 3 press conference that they had months ago. And I was there and I just was like, with this matchup, yeah, I know that William Zepeda is undefeated. And he's, had a few fights here that, kind of like put him at the top or around the top of the lightweight division. But his fights against Devin Farmer, particularly the first fight, showed me that he really has issues with guys that are very defensively sound. And
look, guys, it's perception. It's a matter of perception, James. Because look, what did Cabrera do to Pitbull Cruz?
Oh, well, he pretty much like kept the distance well from Pitbull.
And what did Zepeda do to Pitbull or to Cabrera?
Oh, we went through all of that.
Yeah. So it created that perception where at one time Zepeda was considered the most feared guy at 135 pounds until he fought cross-eyed Tevin Farmer.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the writing was on the wall, guys. Look, if he thought Tevin Farmer was crafty and tough, look out. Shakur working with Team Crawford, he's gonna whoop that ass, guys. He's gonna whoop that ass. He's gonna make it look easy. Jesus Sam has a question there, James.
Oh, he asked there in reference to what's going on next Saturday, July 19th. Hey, Joe, has the Manny card sold out?
Not quite, but this is going to be a really, really big price tag, hefty live gate. JB, tell him how much the ringside seats we're going for, and they're all sold out, guys.
Well, up to 25K.
25,000 rock to see old man Manny get his ass whooped. Wow. So you've got a lot, and those tickets are all sold out, guys.
Yep.
And from what I've been told, people close to Varrios's camp, they're saying this is the most motivated they've ever seen him. And this is the best he's ever looked in camp. He is not taking it easy on Manny. In fact, he feels a little slighted that Manny chose him to come back out of retirement. He feels a little disrespected, as he should. He says, I'm tired of being viewed as the low-hanging fruit at 147. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to whoop this guy's ass. And unfortunately, he's right. And is it worth boasting over? Does he deserve to boast that he whipped old man Manny's ass?
Nope.
No. In fact, Brian Norman, get him.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a second, brother.
Yep. Yeah. No, they ain't necessarily all celebrity tickets up front.
No. These are dignitaries from all around the world.
Yep.
They want to see Manny compete one final time.
Mm-hmm.
So boy, I tell you what, I'll be shocked if this goes 7 or 8 rounds.
I'd be surprised too. I would be surprised too. And for those that haven't done so, I mean, check out my report I had earlier in reference to this fight. Talking about Mario Barrios when he had his media workout last week, and him just talking about being part of this type of fight and this type of atmosphere with Manny Pacquiao, and how some people may be overlooking them. And you also heard from his trainer there, Coach Bob Santos, who really had a lot to say about that particular topic too. So that's
does anyone questioning why there's no footage coming out of Manny's camp this time around?
Yeah, you
already know why. You already know why.
See much from the media workout, to be honest with you.
You already know why.
Mm-hmm.
Because he looks like shit. He looks old, dude. He looks old. And you know why? Because he is.
He is. He's
old.
older than me in the ring.
This fight should not be sanctioned by the WBC. This is downright embarrassing. Downright embarrassing for boxing. In fact, I think the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight is going to look more competitive.
Oh man. That
yeah, I said it.
That means this could be terrible, and really, really bad.
Man, that's just terrible. Man, that's just terrible. Yeah,
terrible.
Look, guys, this is bad. This is bad, and I am boycotting this main event. I'm going to watch everything on the undercard, but I'm boycotting this main event.
Yep. Everything on the undercard there on Amazon Prime pay-per-view. You got those other 3 fights there on the pay-per-view portion, and you also have on Prime Video, you're going to have 3 fights in there, including the return of former WBC featherweight champion, Mr. Gary Russell Jr. And I will have up on YouTube my conversation
wait a minute. What?
Gary Russell Jr.
What?
Okay.
What? Repeat that, please. No.
Oh my God, bro. Well, see, all right. So check this, right? So to be real with you, I had an idea that he was coming back, but I couldn't really say much of anything because he pretty much made that request and this was like weeks before they had actually made the announcement.
Oh, Chingao.
Right? So they
made
the announcement, and he will be, having a test run, out here, and it's just gonna be him against Hugo Castaneda. That's part of this, fight card. There.
Okay, just FYI, James. FYI, brother. You don't pronounce the H in an Hispanic surname or first name. It's Hugo.
Hugo.
Yeah, there you go, brother.
So here you go, Hugo.
Hugo is very, very mighty white of you, brother.
But
por eso it's Hugo Castaneda.
Castaneda.
That's the proper way to say it, right?
Yep. So
oh my gosh, I can't. Oh, geez, is this really happening?
Yes, it's really happening.
Hey, it's going to be Mark Magsayo versus Jorge Cuellar.
Jorge Cuellar. That's right. So,
yeah.
Yep. So
I'll be honest, guys. I am really, really looking forward to the co-main event as well as the second fight on the pay-per-view portion.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have, like I said, with 2 rematches on there. You got the rematch there of Tim Tszyu and Sebastian Fundora. And I had a conversation with Sebastian also that's on this channel. And
good job, by the way, brother.
Yeah, thanks there on that part. And then you're gonna have another rematch with Isaac Cruz against Fierro.
Angel Fierro. Woo!
Angel Fierro.
I tell you what, dude,
remember,
that is straight fire, brother. Straight fire, man. And honestly, dude, Fundora's gonna whoop that ass, and I almost feel bad for Tim Tszyu.
Yeah, that's gonna be bad,
dude. He looks about as tentative as Devin Haney right now. Dude, someone like Mike Cavinger, he actually made a post on X saying, "Oh yeah, Haney's got some balls." And I could not let it pass. And I responded, well, what happened to him against a shot fighter like Ramirez? I'm sorry. What happened to his nards then?
No wonder Shakur Stevenson roasted him.
Did they use his balls? Did they use his balls as evidence in the P. Diddy trial?
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, I said it.
Oh, guess not, because it looks like Diddy did. Well, he got free on a couple of them charges, but that's a whole nother story.
Oh, geez.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man. But, hey, that's going to be
Diddy and Jeffrey Epstein.
Man.
One gets acquitted and the other one, the file gets dropped. The same week.
Oh man. Oh, but July 19th, man, that's gonna be a whole lot of action there, not just in Las Vegas, but also.
Look, I know this is the unpopular take, but I'm blaming this all on Joe Biden's administration.
Oh man.
Yes, I said it.
But yeah, we got action July 19th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Also outside of Dallas, Texas, with Bam Rodriguez there, and then of course the undisputed heavyweight title fight between Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dynamite Dubois. And I'm kind of bummed because if there was any way that I could have gotten out there to the UK, I probably would have gotten a hookup to cover that fight. But
wait a minute, are you bringing up Catterall versus Eubank?
Oh hell no, no! I ain't talking about that fight. No, I'm talking about a heavyweight title fight. No, I would have been out there and Wembley Stadium.
Hey, dude, how about the ongoing discussion after Noe Inouye's scare with Ramon Cardenas, my little brother? People are actually genuinely believe that Nick Ball is going to knock out Noe Inoue.
Oh no, hell no.
Dude, he's going to get carved like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Hell no.
If he thought that Aussie was tough, come on now.
Inouye's gonna blast him. Like I don't see where Nick Ball has any type of chance anyway whatsoever.
Do we have anything left to talk about in terms of Shakur versus Zepeda?
No.
Look, I'll
really.
say this. Win or lose, William Zepeda is going to be fighting Floyd Schofield Jr. next.
Yeah.
And I know that to be true.
Yep. That is absolutely
That's a done deal, guys.
Signed. That's basically signed, sealed, and delivered there, man.
Yep.
So,
I know this to be true, guys. Take it to the bank. Take it to the bank.
Was oh man, I can't even do Oscar De La Hoya voice.
Hey, Mira, he's gonna be food for Floyd Schofield Jr.
Oh man, yeah. So hey, hopefully, like the whole clap.
Woo!
Oh man, but well, first it looks like Zepeda is gonna get basically carved up by Shakur Stevenson.
There's only one Bill Zepeda. Only one Bill Zepeda.
So, oh man,
Yeah, he's gonna get his ass whooped, guys.
It's gonna be a bad year for Mr. Zepeda on that. All right, so now we got the main event there with this super middleweight fight. Edgar Berlanga versus Hamza Shiraz. And the odds were leaning towards Hamza Shiraz, right? And
geez, I wonder why. Maybe because Berlanga sucks. Look. I know Canelo fans want to give Berlanga credit for being carried in his complete ineptness by a shot Canelo Alvarez. But guys, come on, after what we know of Canelo Alvarez now, how can we give Berlanga credit for anything? You got it, dude. He didn't even fight.
Yeah.
After catching that left hook, he was food. He was as tentative. He was as nervous as a toothache in there over a guy who couldn't pull the trigger after that punch.
Yep.
Now, come on now. Berlanga's going to get his ass whooped by Hamza Shiraz. I know this to be true. Guys, and if you're looking at Carlos Adames's fight, 1, he injured his hand. 2, he was killing himself to make 160. Guys, expect Treetop Thomas to whoop that ass.
Treetop Thomas. Oh, yep. Man. Goodness gracious, man.
And guys, could you be any more classless than Edgar Berlanga at these grand arrivals?
The grand arrivals. It was
1, he looked like a ghetto thug. 2, he sounded like a ghetto thug. He even grabbed his papaya.
Well, that was no
in
different
front of
than
the
a press
media and
conference.
attendants. Boy, what a great look for boxing.
Yeah. It's supposed to be his hometown, and he's supposed to represent and everything like that. And he was no different than he was in the press conference, doing
He's
the same thing.
Scumbag, guys. He's a scumbag. He's a charlatan. Okay, so what's the definition of charlatan, young fans? A fraud, a used car salesman, a snake oil salesman. He's a fraud, guys. This is
janky promoter
back in the day.
Oh,
he's a charlatan.
Goodness, it's gonna be that's gonna make for some crazy scenes after the fight with Berlanga ends up losing. If he gets knocked clean out. Ooh.
And this guy actually has the nerve to think, oh, I'm going to be the face of boxing when I knock out Shiraz.
Meanwhile, Shiraz is out there in Manhattan asking people if they know who Edgar Berlanga is.
That was downright embarrassing, guys. Look, and I'll be honest, man. When you consider the viewership that Netflix is going to get on Friday, yeah, this fight, how many pay-per-view sales is this going to get?
Oh my God.
And this is a nice card.
It's a nice card, but at $59.99?
Yep. Yep.
On a platform that not very many people have here in the States.
Yep, they still have less than 600,000 subscribers in the U.S.
Less than 600,000 subscribers. I'll take 10% of that and then diminish it by about, I'd say 60%. How about that? So maybe, just maybe, you might only get like a paltry 32,000.
I love the Teddyism. That's beautiful. Maybe, just maybe, he gets that knockout. Bang!
Yeah. 32,000. Don't be surprised.
Oh boy. So it's going to be rivaling Clarissa Shields' last pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Good. Like I'm not getting the feedback.
Well, look, I'll say this. At least it did better numbers than Deontay Wilder's pay-per-view on BLK Prime.
Oh God. Oh even.
Even his fans, even Deontay's fans were stealing that shit.
Yeah. Jeez. And that was at a lesser price, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 1990 at 24 bucks. I think 25.
24 bucks or something like that. So yeah, but now they got people paying $59.99 for this.
Okay, right? Okay, got it, man. Here's a question for you, JB. Who wins?
All right.
At heavyweight, Jake Paul or Deontay Wilder?
Oh, heavyweight.
Yep.
Deontay Wilder. I gotta go with the Buff Squad.
I'll say Jake Paul, dude. Deontay Wilder. Look, and I know Terrell Herndon, and a guy who's afraid of his own shadow fights like a scary cat. And he couldn't knock that guy out.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Now think about it.
Even with the leg warmers, he couldn't knock him out.
So you had the flash knockdown in the second round. And then he just basically like voluntarily took a knee in the second part, right?
Yep.
And then the referee just stepped in, kind of like how a number of those early knockouts happened with Deontay Wilder. But yeah, you couldn't really see any type of sharpness from Deontay Wilder, particularly with his power shots.
Dude, you could drive a truck between that looping right hand. Dude, that was pathetic. And I'm telling you right now, Jake Paul whoops his ass.
Now, one of his
I will say this, though, Deontay versus Chavez Jr. would be a great fight.
You know what? No comment.
You know I'm right. You know I'm right.
I know. But I don't feel like touching that.
Dude,
topic.
Deontay, hang it up, brother. Hang
Hey,
it up. It's over. It's over. It's over. Look at Manny Pacquiao. Don't do that. Don't do that.
do it.
We don't want to see that.
They say that they
Don't
want to
do
have
that.
him in at least 1 or 2 more fights this year before potentially trying to make a Joshua fight. Don't even do that. Like, just have what you have. You should be good with money and whatever it is. Just use that and just ride on out. Because
oh, dude, just ride off into the sunset. Timmy, come on, man! I've got some bald white head. I've got some bald white dude mooning me while I'm trying to do a podcast.
Oh my God, it's a lot too. Jeez. Oh man.
No, guys. Shout out to whoever's listening. My brothers Charles and Timmy. Love you guys. You guys are awesome, man.
Oh man.
2 of my dear friends, man.
But let's get into the thing there with the announcement of this ring or Riyadh.
And I will say this to my friends Charles and Timmy: you could never accuse them of voting for Kamala Harris. That's what kind of people they are.
Oh, woo! Man. Oh, man. So we got this announcement for a Riyadh season card for November, which has 4 fights on the docket currently. There with you got.
Oh boy.
Oh man, you got Devin Haney there, right? And he's gonna be going up against Brian Norman Jr. for Norman's WBO welterweight championship, right? So you got that coming up, and you also have the whole thing there with with Abdullah Mason going up against Sam Noakes for the vacant WBO light
Sam Noakes
title.
Sam Noakes.
Okay. And
AB, I'm going to give you the honors. You tell them what Double T, our dear friend Thomas Triber, thinks of that matchup.
Well, he feels like Abdullah Mason better watch out that he could potentially not only lose, but get knocked out.
He thinks, Double T, Thomas Triber, our dear friend, thinks that is going to steal the show and be a fight of the year candidate. He says he wouldn't be surprised if it looked like Carl Froch versus Jermaine Taylor.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
Dude, I think he may be right because I can easily see both fighters getting hurt in that fight.
Yeah, I mean, both fighters could get hurt.
Being a war of attrition, man.
I can see both fighters getting hurt, but Mason, like he already feels like he's locked in. He already got this announcement, and it's not until November.
Okay, you show me then. You show me.
Okay.
Someone he's fought that has the skill set, the athleticism, and the power of Sam Noakes. But you could say the same thing for Sam Noakes.
Exactly.
He's never fought anyone like him. That's what makes this matchup so magical. I think Double T is right. I think Thomas Triber is right on the money here. I think this fight is going to steal the show. It's definitely going to be a lot more competitive and entertaining than the main event of the evening. And fans, look, I know you guys are some uncultured swine, but it's pronounced yard, not yardy.
Yardy.
Okay? I know you guys only exist in this bubble in the American market, okay? But it's pronounced Anthony Yard, not Yardy, okay?
Those might be the same fans that call Eddie Hearn Eddie Hearns, okay?
Oh, Chingao. Yeah, the same guys who call Chris Eubank Jr. Eubanks.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. There you go.
Chingao.
Now,
and I think he's gonna beat Anthony Yardy.
And then you
No,
also
and
have their.
look, guys,
So this
look.
is before. Okay.
Anthony Yard. If you saw his last fight,
Oof.
he's shop worn and he can't pull the trigger like he used to. This is going to be an utter ass whooping. David Benavidez, this is going to be a nice leisurely workout for him. But let's direct our attention to the co-main event of that card.
Oh,
Big JB.
Man. So once again, as I mentioned, the WBO welterweight title will be on the line. As Brian Norman Jr. will make his defense of that WBO title against the former undisputed lightweight champion and former WBC super lightweight champion Devin Miles Haney.
It's the nightmare. Devin the Nightmare Haney.
Hey, guys. Hey, did I mention JB? Devin Haney's got balls.
All I know is like when this was mentioned, one of my folks that I talked with about the fight said, "Why would Devin Haney pick Brian Norman Jr. to fight?" I have no idea.
Get your track shoes ready.
Let's see how large the ring is gonna be for this one. Didn't Turkey Aloe Sheik say that he didn't want any Tom and Jerry type of fights?
Guys, this could be a career ender for Devin Haney. And you would think that they would pick a more lucrative assignment to cash out with. Because Brian Norman Jr., as green as he still is, even though he's getting better with every assignment, he still has a lot to learn, and he hasn't reached his full potential yet. He is going to whoop that scaredy cat's ass. Yes, I said it. He is going to whoop Devin Haney's ass. Can you imagine Devin Haney trying to tie him up on the inside?
There's no way. Once Norman gets within mid-range of Devin Haney, you could forget it. And I really don't think that Haney could really has those abilities down pat yet, as far as like properly tying up his opponent. I don't think he has that ability quite yet. So
he's going to get his ass whooped, JB. He going to get his ass whooped. Like, I don't know what they're... Look, I'll be honest. Until I see them both in the center of the ring, getting the final instructions from the third man, I don't think this fight's going to happen. And I don't think I'm wrong in thinking that.
Think Haney will have second and third thoughts of stepping in the ring with the guy that has this fairly high knockout ratio?
What do you think, brother?
I think that I feel like Devin Haney wouldn't do it for the type of money that it's gonna be for. I think the purse isn't gonna be high enough for him to do it.
No, this is not gonna happen, guys. Take it to the bank. This fight is not going to materialize. So that thing you have there on the title, Haney-Norman, a 50-50 fight, yeah. Definitely not in terms of purse. Definitely not in terms of odds. Come on now. Now maybe Haney-Rolly Romero's a 50-50 fight. And if it were Rolly Romero, yeah, he'd fight.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta check something real fast. Because I'm seeing something. Nah, this can't be right, yo. Hold on a minute.
All right, let's hear it. Come on, JB.
All right. So I'm trying to verify this on FanDuel. Okay.
That fight's not happening, dude.
I mean, I know that fight's not happening, but you know how they have, futures or whatever type of thing it is.
Yep.
they have this thing here with Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney. I had to make sure because it looked like it was on like it had minus 130 for Devin Haney, but no, it's minus 130 for Brian Norman Jr. So okay.
That's being nice. That's being downright generous.
Well, how about
Devin
this?
Haney's gonna get his ass whooped, dude.
How about this? Abdullah Mason at minus 550 to Sam Noakes.
Uh-oh. I tell you what, that's another War a Week sexy bet. I'm putting some money on Sam Noakes, straight up victory, brother. Guys, go watch Sam Noakes fight. Go watch him fight. Go watch him fight. Go watch him fight.
It's gonna be definitely a good one. Now, of course,
It's gonna be a great fight. If I were a handicapper, I'd say Abdullah Mason is 2.5 to 1. That's it.
2.5.
Sam Noakes is not a cream puff, guys. He is not your typical UK fighter. He's got something. He's a tough guy. He reminds me a lot of a young Carl the Cobra Frotch. He's a tough, two-fisted badass who can take a good shot, and he's tough. He's tough. He doesn't mind mixing it up. He's very athletically gifted. He's got 2 heavy hands. He's not just a one-handed bandit. This is going to be a great fight, guys, and Abdullah Mason had better bring it. He had better bring it. He better not pay attention to those odds. This is going to be a tough, tough fight. Yeah, and I, for one, can't wait.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna really care much about those.
And then typical Sheik Eddie Hearn, they've got Bam Rodriguez buried on the undercard. Isn't that nice?
Oh wow! Shout out to 2 Cents here in the building. There listening live, man. You know that's the thing. You're gonna have Bam Rodriguez in this undercard, and he already has a fight coming up July 19th. And they say that he is an 18 to 1 favorite on that fight on July 19th.
And it's still not sold out.
Ooh. Didn't we talk about this when they originally announced this fight happening in Frisco, Texas, instead of San Antonio?
I can guarantee you this. If this were in San Antonio, it would have already been sold out. It would have sold out the first week. At least 15 to 20,000 seats.
You put in that Spurs arena, it would be sold out.
Or Frost Bank Center.
Yeah. I say we need to keep records on picks. That way we can weigh opinions in these YouTube boxing streets. Hey, we got somebody that has been hitting on a very good batting average here. And Outlaw is in the building. What's going on there?
Brother Outlaw, how art thou, my friend?
Oh man.
Hey, look, guys. Look. JB, how am I in terms of picks?
Hey, all I know is you made a certain pick last September that I couldn't necessarily believe at the time, and then I went out there and watched that fight live.
Yep.
Oh man. So that tells you.
Look, guys, who also told you that Roach was going to be the toughest fight of Gervonta Davis's career?
And
maybe it was Adam Lopez I told this to. He said, how should I bet on this?
Yeah.
And I said, dude, if you think this is going to end in a knockout, right, pick the over. Because these two guys have known each other since the amateurs. Like Lamont Roach, he's known him since he was a little tyke.
Yep.
And a la Vernon Forrest, Sugar Shane Mosley, it wasn't that bad, but yeah, this guy's got no fear. He doesn't know the tank. He knows the little amateur guy. And it showed in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Adam, I'm like, dude, this is going to be the toughest fight of his career. This is going the distance. It's not going to end in a knockout. And he's like, bullshit. And I've said, watch. And I also told you that Gary Antoine Russell was going to wipe up the floor with Rayo Valenzuela, that same card. I told you that was the worst possible style matchup you could have chosen for Rayo at 140. And I'm like, does someone not like him? Like, why did they pick this as his first title defense?
That might be the case, but that might be another story for later on.
So I'm telling you now, guys, that if you think Mason is going to wipe up the floor with the UK fighter, guys, Eddie Hearn did not make this assignment. This is a Frank Warren fighter, not an Eddie Hearn fighter. This is a guy who can fight. Just like you're going to see Hamza Shiraz whoop that ass on Saturday. You're going to see a real fight. Now, I'm not saying Sam Noakes is going to whoop his ass, but this is going to be a real fight, guys. This is not going to be a one-sided mismatch. This is not deserving of 6 or 5-1 odds.
Yeah, 5.5 to 1.
This is an even money fight as far as I'm concerned. And I think Double T Thomas Triber is right, who has seen Sam Noakes from the 4, 6, and 8 round stages. Remember, he is the mouthpiece of Frank Warren's Queensberry Rules. Right? He's the mouthpiece. He's seen him come up. And he said he's the first guy who told me, wow, Sam Noakes, guys, he is a special fighter. And I said, well, so is Abdullah Mason. And he goes, let me watch some tape on him. And he came back to me and he said, this is going to be, he said, first thing he said was, I can't believe they're making this matchup. This is a great fight. And it's going to prove to be that. And it's going to be a fight of the year candidate. And I truly believe that. And I told him this, I said, don't be shocked though, if this matchup ruins both fighters.
2 Cents says a 5 to 1 is a Vegas trick to soften that payout and encourage bettors to chase the underdog. What do you think about that?
Well, look, brother, sometimes they do that. In my opinion, they're just not familiar with Sam Noakes. They think he's your typical UK pussycat who only likes to tangle from mid to long range. Sam Noakes is a different breed, guys. He's a lot like a smaller version of Carl the Cobra Froch. He's got that bulldog mentality. He's got that pit bull mentality. He's a fighter. He's a tough badass. And this guy's not going to be easy to get out of there.
Gonna make for an awesome fight.
This is going to steal the show, guys. I truly believe this.
Wonder how they're gonna get some people to get out there for Riyadh in November for that. I mean, this is like the second time that they've had it in November out there, because the first last year was the Golden Boy card. So this is another.
Now, are you talking about Latino night in Riyadh?
Latino night.
Yeah, that made a lot of sense.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
let's get the mariachis out in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Oh my God.
Hey. Yeah, let's get all the Catholic beaners out in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. That makes sense.
Yeah, that was a great idea by them that year. Oh my God, that was.
Well, you know why they did that. You know why they did that. That was around the same time that Golden Boy sold Ring Magazine to Turkey LLC.
Yep.
And so that was part of their deal. They had a date to showcase all their fighters in Riyadh.
Yeah. So there you go on that front, man. But it looks like, we covered mostly everything that we had here for this particular week outside of the Friday card.
You talking about the Amsterdam card?
No.
Yeah. You talking about the Amsterdam card?
It's the Amsterdam card. Oh my
God. It's like I thought this was Amsterdam with all the dikes.
Oh, we ain't gonna go there. Oh man.
Said it. Yes, I said it.
He said, I'm sorry, it's Bisbee Josh. No pop in the arena.
Look, all the rumors, right? All the rumors. No. Raymond Murataya is not fighting Andy Cruz. You can put that away, guys.
Oh that ain't happening.
That's not happening. That's not happening, guys.
If you think that that Top Rank is gonna have that happen for the first title defense of Raymond Murataya, no. So there you go, man. There you have it.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But I will say this though, guys, the little we're gonna talk about, and the little we're gonna mention about Miranda Serrano versus Katie Taylor 3. It's gonna be all action from start to finish once again. But guys, I'm sorry. The better product, the elite level, is going to be in Queens, not in Brooklyn. Okay, it's not going to be. It's not going to be,
Manhattan.
or in Manhattan. Sorry, it's not going to be. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
It's gonna be an event, but
It's going to be an event,
listen,
but
I'm
once
gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I am part of a like a pick'em league for boxing, right? And they had the 4 or 5 major fights on that card in Madison Square Garden on that list. Not one of those fights did I pick any of them to end by stoppage. None. So
oh gosh,
if you wanna go through multiple rounds of action Friday night, most likely you will see that. So the only one that I might lean towards possibly having a knockout isn't gonna be in the knockout, and that's the Shadasia Green Savannah Marshall fight. I don't see that.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question, James. Is this a terrible preview? Is Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios? Is it a terrible precursor to the long-awaited geezer rematch between Pacquiao and Mayweather?
No, that's not. Man, that's not gonna happen. That cannot happen. That cannot happen. I do not want to see that rematch. I don't care if it's for any type of result officially on a boxing or exhibition fight. I do not want to see that as a rematch. No.
Hey, don't be shocked. Don't be shocked if that's Dana White's next fight.
Dana White has to worry about having an undercard for the Canelo Crawford fight card. Can he at least handle that first? Can we at least get something for that? That's supposed to be in 2 months.
Yep.
He said he'll tell them old heads it's over. Yeah, yep. Exactly. Oh man. So listen, that's why, like we said here early in the show, that Mario Barrios is gonna be absolutely embarrassing.
Well, look, hold on. Pull 2 cents comment up that them Saudi events are dry as F, right? Right. And so here's why Turkey Al-Sheikh has been lobbying and has this long-standing current campaign of getting Tyson Fury out of retirement. Right? Because he's the only one who can fill up that soccer stadium, Riyadh Kingdom. That's the real, man. That's the truth.
But will it be against the winner of Alexander Usyk, Daniel Dubois, or will it finally be against Anthony Joshua?
It all depends on what happens on the 19th, next Saturday. What I can't believe is that Dubois versus Usyk is not getting as much traction as it should, in my opinion. Dubois is going to whoop that ass. Yes, I said it. He's catching Usyk at the right time. He's a geezer. Have you seen him in camp? He looks old, dude. He looks old. He looks old and pudgy. Dubois, and dude, let's just be honest. The Joker cannot get in his head.
Yeah.
You can't get in that autistic chrome dome. You can't do it.
Like,
let's do it. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah, come on.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Come on,
ready. I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm ready. Let's go. It's like, dude, and that really messed with Anthony Joshua. And I can promise you this, fight week, it's going to mess with Usyk. Dubois is brimming with confidence right now, guys. And if Usyk loses, I don't know who Tyson Fury is going to fight. In my opinion, Joshua Fury is the fight to make. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Did Tyson Fury actually try to win in his last fight against Usyk?
I felt like he blew the first fight. So
let's be honest.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I don't.
Well, look. In the first fight, he had it all but one. In fact, Usyk stated after the fight, "I'm shocked I wasn't knocked out."
Yeah,
because I was seeing stars with that uppercut, and that's what happens when you play with your damn food.
Yep.
You don't play with your food at any level in boxing. You see that opening, you put your foot on the gas, and you take it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, so what happened in the second matchup? Tyson Fury came in as Santa Claus, looked just like him.
Yep.
And he didn't do anything to try and win that fight. He coasted. He didn't take any risks.
None.
So I'm sorry. Look, he and Joshua, it's the perfect time for that. Because I don't want to see, win or lose, I don't want to see a third fight with Usyk. I don't. I know if Usyk gets his ass whooped, I know he's going to call out. He's not going to call out Dubois. I know he's going to call out a third fight with Usyk. Does anyone want to see it?
Nope.
No. No.
Nope.
No. Guys, Joshua Fury is the fight to make.
Listen.
That's the only fight I want to see Fury involved with.
That's the only fight I want to see him involved with. And I'm telling you, I don't care if it costs $2,000 or whatever it is. If they put it out there at Wembley Stadium,
I'm going to go. I'm going.
20, I'm going.
I'm going. You're going to see me there right next to Thomas Triver.
Yeah, I'm going. Listen, I gotta go. Listen, it's like I said, you go. It's one thing to go there once, but this is the fight that
this is the fight.
The fight. You know what I mean?
This is the fight. Like, honestly, you would have to find a bigger venue than Wembley Stadium.
You do.
Like 100,000 seats, that's not enough.
Yeah. Yep.
This is the fight.
Listen.
This is the biggest fight in island history.
Mm-hmm. It is not like, I don't think any moment would be close. Like it's like one of those. It was one of those fights that would have. They would say like a country stop. That is what Fury versus Joshua would be. It was
look. It is the Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier of the UK.
Yeah.
That's the fight, guys.
Yep.
That's the fight. Let's just be honest. The only reason why people were rooting for Usyk against Fury is because they were all Anthony Joshua fans. Because how many people are interested in in Dubois versus Usyk? How many?
I'm not seeing it. Just to be honest, I'm not seeing
no buzz.
it.
And this is the UK. It's a much healthier market.
Yeah, much healthier market.
The no buzz guys. None.
Oh, hey, we got Lance in the building. What's going
What's
on,
up, Big
man?
Lance? From St. Paul, Minnesota. How you doing, my brother?
Oh man, yeah, that, and I kind of said it. I said it after that fight in Wembley. I said, man, y'all better enjoy this because it might be few and far between from this point forward. Just being honest.
Yeah.
Telling you, they
Oh,
just need to go
yeah,
ahead
dude. Look. I know Fury's butthurt
and
about losing 2 decisions to Alexander Usyk, but sorry, there's no buzz. No one wants to see it. No one cares.
nope, they don't. Why do you think both of those fights were in Riyadh?
Well, I will say this, though. Turkey Al-Sheikh, in both of those fights in Riyadh Kingdom in a soccer stadium, you had 50,000 fans show up for both. That's the reason why Turkey Al-Sheikh wants Tyson Fury out of retirement. Because look, like him or not, guys, that guy's got the gift of gab. He sells tickets.
Mm-hmm.
He sells tickets. Does Usyk sell tickets? This is one thing that we've been arguing the entire time for the last several years. Usyk's not a ticket seller. He's a road warrior. Credit to him. I tip my do-rag. But I'm sorry, he can't sell tickets. And we're seeing that with Dubois. You've got artistic power versus the Joker. No one's buying.
And
Sorry.
I don't even want to. I
Let's
don't
go.
even want to check.
Let's go. I'm
Let's
ready.
go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go where? Not to the bank. If you're a promoter.
Yeah. Too bad for Mr. Frank Warren on this one because
Jeez.
yeah, it's not
Why do you think this isn't a Riyadh season event?
ooh.
Yeah, I said it. Guys, have you asked yourself, wait a minute, why isn't Usyk versus Dubois a Riyadh season event? Have you guys asked yourself that? Because Usyk can't sell tickets.
Well,
And Dubois, he's got the personality of a stick.
oh wow. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I said it.
Wait, what is this equivalent? All right, so man, I forgot how the thing is. So 100 level seating is like 100, pounds basically over there. So compare that to what I had to pay last year for Joshua versus Dubois. Like not even close. Like I had to pay probably around like 250, 260 for a ticket.
How much are they now?
What for these?
Yep.
Probably about what I say 125 US.
Maybe. I tell you what, you're going to see a Groupon, man. It's on the week of the fight.
Oh man.
Dude, you've got Usyk who can't sell tickets. And then you've got Dubois with the personality of a stick. This is why, dude, it's not even a Riyadh season event.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably would it. Man, you could get it for what it is, 135, so about 150 with taxes US.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah, you probably could have. Yeah.
Dude, that's the real reason why Turkey Al-Sheikh has been hunting down Tyson Fury lately. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. Come back out of retirement. There are no ticket sellers here.
Yeah. Jeez.
Like him or not, man, Tyson Fury sells.
Yeah, he does.
No matter who he fights.
Yep.
You either want to see him get his ass whooped or you want to see him win. But you're going to have an opinion on him.
Exactly.
Dubois?
When you have two fighters.
What time is it?
What is it, 8:25? Your time?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Dubois, no one cares.
Yeah.
No one cares. No one cares, guys. This is not a hot matchup, even though it's a great fight.
Great fight.
But no one cares.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, we got, it's still going to be a scene nonetheless there at Wembley Stadium. So I'm going to see how it goes.
We'll see. I'm not sure about that. We'll see.
Well, I'm seeing.
I know Thomas is looking forward to it, but we'll see.
Oh, yeah. So
and he's going to have the co-main event, or he's going to have the main event on this one. There's no Michael Buffer on this one.
Yeah. Yep.
What does that tell you? No one cares.
Jeez.
Old fish-eyed Frank, he might eat it in this one.
No, hope not. But we'll see how it goes on that front. But that's mostly what I got here.
Are we ending the show on that sour note?
Hey, I listen. I have no other things that I could think of here for this particular show. I'm just looking forward to what's happening this weekend, man. I should be out there.
Okay. Let's end it on this, guys. Let's end it on this. We don't want to end it on Benavidez versus Yardy. We don't want to end it on Norman Jr. versus Haney.
No.
Guys, let's end it on this. Let's end it on a fun note. What is the deal with Mayweather Jr. putting out all those Instagram posts on Roy Jones?
It's supposed to be, I guess, retaliation for what Roy Jones was saying about him, maybe.
Yeah, I know what it's all about. I'm like, dude, why are you doing that, though? Because everyone knows. Like, if you put Floyd Mayweather Jr. against the four kings of the 80s, who does he beat? Does he beat Roberto Duran at 35? No. If you ask me, Roberto Duran runs him out of the ring. If you had trouble against Maidana at 47, buckle up against a prime Roberto Duran at 35 with same-day weigh-ins and 15 rounds. Best of luck to you, Floyd. And then Hearns at 47? With that right hand?
He's too small for this.
Look. Floyd, if you avoided Paul Williams, you wouldn't even take that fight against Tommy Hearns, the hitman, baby. Let's just be honest. And then Sugar Ray Leonard at 47. Does anyone believe the same guy who stopped the hitman in a 15-round fight, same-day weigh-ins, would lose to Money Mayweather at 47?
Not at 47.
Okay, so no, we're not even going to talk about the Marvelous One. Okay? So of those three guys, why is Floyd getting offended that Roy Jones is just speaking facts?
I guess that's something that we might have to take up with. Hey, listen. My thing is
he's just hating life.
He's just hating. He's just hating right now. Because he could beat me.
Maybe it was that last knockout. Maybe it was that last knockout from Lebedev that scrambled his brains. But he
ain't as good as me. Listen, I never touched the canvas like Roy Jones. You know what I mean? He lost to Glenn Johnson. Like, who's Glenn Johnson? I mean, come on. You think I would lose to somebody like Glenn Johnson? No, I'm like,
well, you lost to Jose Luis Castillo, but that's not the point.
Man.
Yeah, I said that too.
Oh man.
Come on. Hey, when is the last time anyone has watched Floyd versus Jose Luis Castillo 1? Does anyone think Floyd Mayweather Jr. won that fight? Does anyone believe that he won that fight? And if you say yes, I'm going to invite you to go watch it again, and I'll watch it with you. And I want you to score that fight because I'm sorry, he didn't win more than 4 rounds. He did nothing in that fight. He did nothing to win that fight. He lost. He lost, guys.
It
He
says,
lost that fight.
it says,
And I
bring
can
back
tell you this,
same-day weigh-ins.
considered to be in
Right.
his prime.
So there
I'm
we go.
sorry, but I never saw Roy Jones questionably lose a fight in his prime.
So there you go. So that's what.
Sorry, Floyd.
So there we go, man. So with that being said, that is our edition of Real Boxing here, and as we said, we'll be back at it.
Isn't that
next
better?
Tuesday.
Isn't that better, James? Ending the fight, ending the show on that instead of Dubois Usyk.
Well, at least we talk about Floyd and Roy Jones. They're much. You get much more attention from them than Dubois and Usyk.
Yeah, I'm being honest. I'm being honest, dude. Who does Floyd beat from that era? The Four Kings. Who does he beat?
I
Now,
don't
if you're
know.
being honest, hey, how does a fight look between Kostya Tszyu and Floyd Mayweather Jr. at 140 pounds? Prime for prime.
Prime for prime. Guess what? I would still pick Floyd. I would. Me.
Kostya Tszyu?
Me. Yes. Me.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
You're high on crack, brother.
Nope.
Dude, come on. Okay,
Nope.
tell me why then. Tell me why. Come on. You can't just say that and leave.
Speed, precision, and he'll come off of Kostya Tszyu's initial punches and counter and pick off.
Really? He's going to counter that right hand?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, dude. You say speed, timing, bust up speed. Just ask Manny Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez. I'm sorry, dude.
Tszyu won't have that. I'm telling you,
Dude,
Tszyu won't have that type of timing against him at
Kostya
140.
Tszyu in his prime.
At his prime. No.
Stone cold killer, brother.
No. I'm telling you, no. I will take that to the grave, just like I will take that whole thing with Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe to the grave. And that's on record.
Wait a minute. Repeat. What did you say about Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis?
The whole thing about Riddick Bowe supposedly ducking Lennox Lewis? No.
Oh, boy.
So there's that. All right. So with that being said, that is
You know what, dude? That's just like you to skedaddle after saying something like that.
That is our edition of Real Boxing, and we're
Man, you are just like Jake Paul's card. No balls.
Next Tuesday.
You are just like Jake Paul's card this Friday. No balls.
Next Tuesday, we'll be right back at it, y'all. So with that being said,
just like Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor.
That is our co-host, Mr. Joseph Aaron. I am JR of the Boxing Source. And with that being said, we're out. Have a good evening, everybody.
Yeah.